forward this. We're sitting outside waiting on Caitlin's car. I'm like, I don't see no car here. Yeah. Jordan's so big, he had to take the handles off the chair. Yeah.
Did you need any parking passes
He can come over here and say,
for your house?
good boy, good boy, good
So
boy.
I think you can't remember if they put a barricade just at the top, just in case.
Oh, you're not think I've ever had parking pass. We have encountered problems with, Second Street and Democracy.
Did you want to come scratch in this case to have
Wait, you wanna do what?
come scratch and take off just
Okay.
if you want to just go to utility department and because like they come in not like 24. So because they were having the same issue sometimes of just it's generally not a problem, but it's that one time.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, I haven't had a problem. Most of the time, if somebody.
We don't have any printed agendas or anything? Yep.
I got it printed agendas, I'm coming.
Yeah. But no, utility counter has some, or you can utility counter has some.
Hey, Mr. John, how are you?
Hopefully I'll get scores from my daughter. Have their playoff game tonight.
You'd love to be able to come to one more meeting.
Once cruising gets really rolling on a petroleum festival, gas
The patrol.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I hardly ever leave my porch. Once it gets to be Thursday afternoon, there I stay.
Smart move.
What's wrong, too much traffic? Hey, but I was down there earlier, driving around, had to go look at some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when I had one of those. When
Yeah.
Uncle had one of those.
Right.
Look, I just wanna report Jeremy slacking. I'm about to say.
Copies.
I thought the
Didn't
whole-
even distribute them. He doesn't care for y'all.
I'm assuming, I thought the computers satisfied the need for
Nah.
having paper.
No, when I'm president, I like a
Oh
regular.
wait, Jordan's not here today?
He might come, might not.
Yeah, it's like,
Jeremy's been busy taking care of food trucks and eating crab legs.
oh, no, you didn't go there. He went there. He went there. Chris,
It's
Crab
bad whenever
leg.
your friends beat you up on Facebook. And I'm not speaking about you, I'm speaking about in general, even mine. I mean,
you know,
I'm like,
it's
good thing I
like
don't-
a Richard Lieber that would do something.
I'm just
People that aren't even from here, and then they go do some dumb stuff, and then they go blame us for it. And
And honestly, that's actually the story of the building department. Well, we didn't know. Didn't know what.
All right,
Didn't know how to
got a score.
for what. Like it's just a
Oh, there's
carport.
first playoff Right.
It's
game.
just a.
Right
It's
now.
just a. But to some
Currently 17-0 with Maddie
I didn't
serving.
realize. Like the
Maddie starts serving.
Uh-huh.
You do not have to get a permit for like. I think if you replace the whole roof, maybe, but like just doing some general roof offset.
Right.
They don't make you get a permit. I'm like, really? I said, well, how do you know like the decking underneath is fine? He said,
All you gotta do is win
They're not
four,
gonna
and
check.
that wins six.
South State one day would be, if we play George County, we gotta go to Lucille.
Why we got a payroll change notice?
For you, y'all.
Yeah.
It's just basically documenting for the next fiscal year what your salary is.
I need a raise.
You're getting rich, I know.
I need a
think
raise.
We overpaying Larry at $8 an hour.
Really? I need a raise. Y'all ain't right.
Did Maddie get a bunch of aces?
$8.08 an hour.
See, the same thing happened. OLA played the other night, Saturday. 25-1. Have you talked to Ellen? 25-6, 25-3.
I shouldn't text her that.
How's that happen? How's that?
She might be mad.
My daughter had 17 serves just now.
He's mad about what?
Six,
He hates
and it
cruising.
went down.
Oh.
Hates cruising.
So,
Hey, so where
what I
is
was
Kate?
told, Taylor Henley got up
Oh.
and started serving.
Nice.
Like, they must have served first.
I think
Somehow, it was
her
17 to
daughter,
1.
they left like
or
on
25 to 1.
They left
Taylor
on
Henley,
Friday.
like, they never
And
rotated.
it went
She
from
served
Sunday to
25 times.
Sunday. Because they were
And
going
then
out
the next
to
one
town.
was,
Oh, okay.
I think they left
So they're probably going to,
25-6, but supposedly they put
It's like
the
two
second
second
stringers in.
They're all over the place.
And then
Gotcha.
they went, I guess, went back to the thing and.
Like, I think they
25
left
to
the book out, but they're going to the Gulf of
3.
Mexico. Like,
Oh, 23, okay.
25 to
So-
It sounded like you said
Yep.
it'd been
At least
25,
that's
6,
not
10,
five.
25.
So we just finished 25-3.
I hope it's not on Carnival.
My
There was
son's,
somewhere there was a mistake.
I think
It's a game of
No.
sauce, I take
You
it.
can.
Hit it in the net, get it out of bounds.
I went
my
Carnival.
son's
Right.
team won the state championship in soccer
Why
one
are you
year.
doing Carnival? I'm like,
But the end of the following year is a story that sometimes
No,
you
no.
get locked in here for a while.
He went on, he's Carnival.
Alright.
I don't know one time in business was like, this is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like Norwegian or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, there's not a party.
Hey, look who's here.
Yeah.
The man. Hey, baby doll.
I had a couple heat flashes getting here, but
Yo, did you?
How you doing?
How about you?
move that trash can closer to us.
Are we still in the,
Move it.
I'm feeling good enough.
You wanna,
so is
Monica?
this you or is this Josh?
Yeah, that's me.
I didn't know how we were moving around.
JD and JB switch spots.
JD and JD.
there you go.
I gotta get
Except
my,
for Jordan's got the handles off this chair, I guess you can fit in it. It might fall out.
I gotta steal my charger from over here.
Yeah, you need the chair or what?
Wait, Josh, you need a different chair.
There's another chair over here, Josh.
He, he likes them without the handle,
Well, they got
without the
one.
arms.
They got,
Jordan.
This one?
this one's,
I can fit in it.
Oh,
cause he's a big guy. There's one right there with him.
Yeah, it'll fall out of this one.
I gotta get up slow and sit down slow because of that Flomax.
Oh, Flomax is awesome, dude.
Never heard of it, I hope I never
You don't,
have to
you,
use it.
well, you're right. If you don't have a, if you don't have a large prostate, you don't have to worry about it.
Kidney stone and stuff.
Mr. Mike,
Pass on that, yes ma'am.
I don't think I get to have this.
Oh, we all got one.
No, you
No,
signed
you
our
just-
document for our records. So every single year.
There's no increase.
Trust me, there's no
It's just a
increase.
You got
document
the
that
big
says
paycheck,
what your
yeah.
salary is, acknowledging it for the next year.
Oh, okay.
Getting rich.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even minimum wage.
So,
Bring me one of them too.
do we need to sign this or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah,
did?
that
Sign it and then
goes
They
into
took
HR
our pens.
files.
Where's my,
I would like to have access
see
to the
if I
other
got a
people's
stash
HR
here.
files.
Too bad.
I see stuff, Jordan.
I'm kidding.
Okay, you get
But no,
this
that's
when you give it
formality
back
stuff.
to me.
that-
Well, I have to put up with
Make sure
Jordan.
it writes. I'll put that
You're a
there.
lucky camper today, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, I see that.
If y'all, whenever y'all sign, just get back to me
Employee
and I'll bring it to
signature?
Jamie.
And let me do that. So I put this in too.
Or my white. I'm on the white one.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the.
Oh,
you want the
yeah,
monitor?
I'm just gonna go no monitor.
Oh, okay.
I usually do it, but I feel like I'll be all right without
Yeah.
it today.
What's up, man?
Because I don't need to follow the agenda one-on-one.
Come on with a tie on.
It is.
And I
Acting
was-
all Mr. Business-like.
What? So you don't do
How you
anything
doing, man?
for the cruising, huh? Stay away from it. Smart
Good to
man.
see you.
Where's your house?
Yeah,
First on
yeah.
the block? What, Carroll in that area, right?
Do you know where the Baytown
What you been up to?
I do. Oh, that's close.
Yes, we were there.
Yeah, that's like on top of it.
Your employee. And I had to
I would still
supervise.
have to walk all the way to the corner to see anything.
I drove by there, I went to look at a dead tree. What time
They
it
had,
was.
they had at least
traffic was already
That's
backed
down
up.
to
There was a bunch of
members
people on
there.
that corner, in
Blair.
the chairs, under the trees.
No.
That was
Wait.
cool.
Oh, I understand. Okay,
I
gotcha.
I had to wake myself up because I was having a
Yeah.
drink, and man, I would like to go.
Because it took us an hour to get
cocktail, but no, couldn't do it.
The food was great and expensive. It was $100 for my ticket for just me. And I had lasagna and
Seat warmer.
a dessert.
Don't they do that like the Grammys? It could be a seat warmer.
I'll do it just for that reason.
Was it just to keep the to make it look like it's full?
I'm going to, share with some, like,
Oh.
currency for
Say we threw the application
Yawning.
to the 4th of November, I guess.
Oh, we,
They got approved, didn't it?
I'm gonna.
hey, how are you?
Hey, darling. How you doing?
The tree. The ring, think that right by back to Heartman Hall, but was like the
Hey,
end
no,
of
I got a kidney stone.
Yeah, Nick Casey.
I was gonna tell you.
He was jealous of
It was
Caitlin
me
having
and
laser
Jan
pain.
and Carl, and we
Okay, when I make
had
it look
reservations
easy.
for upstairs.
Yeah, like I said, that's
They
karma.
punished me
They
with a
didn't want to
kidney
put us
stone.
upstairs. They put us downstairs.
She's in the car.
So
I got a lady I talked to her about it.
terrible.
Lives in
We
the
couldn't
Sheffield
hear
apartment.
anything.
She said she tried
So
calling me.
finally, Joe,
Is that the
Joe-
same one?
They're excited.
got us
Okay.
where we need
All right.
to be.
Talk to the mayor or who.
They're
Fine.
thrilled.
You figured out the time?
Yeah, she needs, so,
Yeah,
so that whole apartment.
So thank you.
Yup.
It's bad.
Jordan's got kidney stones, so he's on medicine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Just so.
Gotcha.
Because we had,
well, that's why I
there was a party
because
sitting
I
on
asked
this
and
side of
asked
the
and asked
party
and
over
got
here.
answers, but no movement, you know,
Word.
so,
Not safe for
So
living.
that's fair.
We were literally
So
sitting
they
next to
Got
each
it
other.
figured out.
screaming.
They have a code, I think it's one of the
Reported it, so
Bad
they have
to-
everything, and it's
She said she
correct
sent
the
an email
Mundez.
today.
the guy that has it.
legally, she doesn't have to.
And then
They
there's,
take
yeah.
care of it.
They withdrew the application for the tree, tabling it.
Right.
Get
Just
those.
did, so.
Sun ball right
Oh,
there.
'cause it says November.
That's a lot of reading, that's a lot of reading.
Hell, good point.
Oh, I'll come sit
Yeah,
up there
that's
one
fair.
day.
I
I
just
didn't-
hate it.
Okay,
Been on
Yeah,
GPT,
I
am I
know.
behaving?
yeah. I'm very, I'm
Oh, I know, because then he
Why do we have to
advises me,
sign this
you know.
very excited.
Say, I
least-
thought we got a 10-cent
I was
raise.
gonna say, at least it didn't go down, right?
Right.
I was like, did we get the 30%? No?
No,
Right,
you know,
right.
when we first served the council, it has to be the council prior. So if it's like you were to do one, kind of, it go into effect.
So we will do it for the next. Okay.
Oh, so we're just.
I hate running in this
Ooh, grab two.
late. I'm good, how about you?
Yes. Stuff around it, so. I'm good, thank you.
Jordan,
Moving and grooving, huh?
Yeah, you did. You did.
We just tabled it.
Hi there. Good morning, good morning.
Well, public forum's a little bit further down, well, no, actually, it's,
We need to get together,
well, it's not on this one, cause it's printed, but computer is,
you know.
oh, there you are right there. Yeah, you can just get in public forum and speak about it. It'll be first, and you get out of here quicker. Sounds good, thank you.
What you got there?
Hear ya. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
appreciate
you,
it. Thank you.
Jordan.
She looks familiar.
Mary, did you say you wanted one?
No, Monday's South State.
I didn't miss.
So a lot, some of the
You need
schools
one?
started playing Monday. I'm sorry, Saturday. And then tonight, like Bay High is playing their second game tonight. We played Jim. Yeah, we're playing right now. But I just decided since the next meeting, I'm scheduled to take my daughter to Mississippi, what's it called? Northwest Mississippi for a visit. So we would drive up Monday, go watch their game, and then she would do her visit on Tuesday, and then we'd drive home, so I won't be here next. But
Yeah.
I grabbed mine too.
we got a confirmation from the school. The coaches have asked her to come. Northwest Senatobia, maybe? Right just south of Fernando.
But yeah, I was in,
5.5
and I was like,
hours.
oh, what's this?
Yeah.
while the police were rolling out?
Yeah, an accident. And I couldn't tell if it was Waveland or Bay, so.
Thank you, love bug.
Excuse me. Hey. It looked like Mike said. Today has been a day.
You ready, Jeremy?
Jeremy, we're meeting, what time tomorrow morning? You said 8:30? I haven't looked at my calendar.
8:30 for what?
You ready? My mic's not on.
My mic's not on either.
There we go. We'll go ahead and call order October 7th, 2025 City Council meeting at 5:31. Everybody would stand. Mr. Lewis is gonna lead us in prayer, and then we'll do a pledge.
We just bow our heads in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, as always, we thank you for the opportunity to wake today, as we know that every day it's not a guarantee and it's a gift, and we thank you for the gift of life. We ask that that your light is shown through us. Allow that light to be shown through all of our brothers and sisters. Lord, we ask for your assistance. We ask that the Holy Spirit comes and shines through, bring light where there's darkness, hope where there's despair. Lord, again, we thank you for the opportunity of being here today, and we do all things through you, Lord. We'll end on our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. Is there any agenda amendments?
Number 14, that donation was $1,000, not 600.
Number 14.
Is that correct? I was supposed to do that?
And also, number 36, the street closing for the Boo Parade would begin at 5 o'clock instead of 5:30.
Okay, begin at 5
Number 36.
p.m. Okay, so 36, we'll start street closes at 5 p.m.
Yes.
And number 14, you said would be $1,000 donation instead of 600. Okay.
Where you been?
Any other amendments from the council? Okay, everybody good with those?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
What?
Announcements, October 15th, 2025 was a planning and zoning meeting. October 21st, 2025, city council meeting. We'll move on to guests. Boo in the Bay Parade. Miss Gail. Over it. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Good evening, council.
Good, good.
My name is Brett Ladd, Vice President of Boo in the Bay. This is Gail Adams, President of Boo in the Bay. We're here again, once again, to reach out to you to request that the council waive the rental fees for the depot grounds for the Boo in the Bay event. Our event has experienced significant growth, with spectator attendance estimates to reach between 8,000 to 10,000 in 2024. This remarkable increase has brought substantial business to both the depot area and Old Town. We have continued to see our other organizations have their fees waived, and we are requesting the same. Due to recent renovations affecting parking at the depot grounds, we are forced to reduce our participation by over 100 registrations, which will have a detrimental impact on our beneficiaries. The additional cost associated with the rental fees will further limit our capacity to serve the community. Over the years, Boo in the Bay has made considerable contributions to the Bay St. Louis Police Department, totaling $9,472. These funds have contributed to important purchases, including an ice machine, refrigerator, and a display cabinet honoring our fallen officers. Moreover, we have partnered with Hollywood Casino to honor these fallen officers, receiving a donation of $500 last year, with expectations for a significantly higher amount this year. To our knowledge, we are the only organization donating at this level to the city of Bay St. Louis. Therefore, we would respectfully request that you waive the fees for the rental of the depot grounds in recognition of the contributions we have made to the city and its community. Thank you for consideration, and we look forward to your positive response.
Thanks, sir. Council have any questions?
Just point of clarification, Brent, thank you for coming tonight. You mentioned because of, you had was it 100 registrants that you had to deny? And that was
Had
due
to cut it down.
Cut it down. What was the reason for it?
Because of how they
The
design them.
renovations to the depot area, the parking spaces they've added, we used to line up 3 Jeeps across and 3 golf carts across because the parking spaces were limited.
Okay, so that's cut down your registration.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mayor, we're providing, and what's the request? I mean, of course, the barricades, we have some increased officers on the parade route.
On the route
A presence.
On the
Yeah.
parade route, we do have the police officers, we have no parking signs and barricades, and we also go personally and borrow other barricades from Wayland and put those up and take them down.
Any other questions or?
So you're not really using the depot, you're just lining up there?
Yeah.
Would that meet the qualification for, is that where, it's a good point. So they're not actually, there's not actually anything at the depot grounds, that's just where the start of the parade is?
Well, that's where we line up. We do have a band there that we paid for, so we do have people standing on the grass listening to music prior to the parade rolling.
Okay.
No food vendors or
We do
drink
not bring
beer or
outside
anything?
food vendors in. Susan Diamond with Uncle Joe does details, and she also contributes a significant amount. Been in each year for the past couple of years, $500, both to the police department and the children's center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With this also, the same thing will go on with Mopar this week.
Right.
To where we would move the Amtrak parking to the west side of the building and have access to come through there so it won't be blocked. And Amtrak bell, those people can get on and off as well.
Okay.
So you would do the same parking deal?
So, yeah, same
for
thing, even
Amtrak
St.
for
Rose,
this?
St. Rose uses that area over there for their cooking a lot. Different events, Near East, I think, does the same thing. So we went out this week, looked, and we believe if we use the west side of the building down the little one-way street or whatever, the little now one right next to the track, and then there's 7 spots out from it, but there's 13 or 14 spots over there that we will keep for Amtrak.
Okay.
And then there's
Okay.
ADA access right there, they can get on.
You have something barricading those spots?
We'll have signs out there,
Okay.
but no parking, Amtrak parking only, whatever it is.
Okay.
Additionally, we'll be out there and we will not let that parking be occupied. We will be gone before the night parade before the night train arrives.
Okay.
We will be gone.
All right.
Good.
And y'all also do contributions to National Night Out every year as well for the last 3 years.
Good.
So that's just something to keep in mind and note.
Yeah, I think it's a great event. I know my grandkids love it. We love attending it, so.
Big kids do too.
Yeah. Yep. Any more questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to waive the depot fees for Boo in the Bay parade.
And I'll second it. Smith.
Motion, Mr. Bradford, second, Mr. Smith. Any further discussion? Vote the motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Thank y'all.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank
For
you.
having us.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you.
Next is a motion to approve the minutes of September 16th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Was any corrections needed?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Smith. Do I have a second?
Second, Bradford.
Second, Bradford. All right. Any further discussion? Vote the motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Public forum. Do you have a- oh, okay.
Do we have anybody for public forum?
Michael, D'Angelo? Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I'm here on behalf of Will Raines. He's on the agenda, I guess, coming up next. But,
Michael,
we're-
real quick,
Oh.
it is an agenda item, but I was under the impression that he asked for that to be tabled to the next
He
meeting.
did, to November
Yeah.
4th.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's tabled. He's not here today.
Yeah.
But I have something to pass out to you
Okay.
guys, if that's okay. Just
Okay.
his hard work.
Yeah, this is information pertaining to the tree?
It is.
Okay,
It is.
yes.
It's a lot of pictures.
Okay.
Is
good
that okay?
Yes, please, pass it
I'm gonna
on.
go ahead and do that. The thought is that everybody can kind of see what we're seeing, see what some of you have seen also. And kind of, it's gonna be there for you to look at for the month, and then we'll come in with a better, more organized presentation next month.
Mhm.
That is a lot of work.
I know you've been there and seen the property and grew up with the property. but-
Mhm.
Okay. That's great. I'll do that. Thank you.
And did you need to discuss anything, or mainly just hand that out?
Yeah, really just.
Okay.
hand it out.
Okay.
Hope for tabling until
Yes, sir.
November 5.
No, I don't see a problem with that. We'll be there in just a few minutes, okay?
Okay,
I
thank you.
appreciate you, thank you. All right, public hearing for Zero Highway 90. Is anybody here for that property? Okay, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing at 5:43 PM for, Zero Highway 90 parcel number 137A-0-45-138.000 and 137A-0-45-137.000. All right, public, hearing is open. Yes, sir.
How are y'all?
Good.
This is the property. It's the old gas station. It's located at 0 Highway 90. I honestly don't know what gas station it was. I don't know if it was open. They're probably, I was assuming
Pre-Katrina, maybe?
pre-Katrina.
Yes.
And I was very young at that time.
Before you were born.
Yeah.
Rub it in.
Was that the old Peter?
Before our but
Yeah, next to Jason's office. right? Yeah.
and so this started I think back in January 28th. We sent the owners a letter trying to get this property cleaned up. It's got dilapidated building on it. It's got weeds and grass is overgrown. It's pretty dangerous. I'm sure most of you have all seen it. If not, there's some pictures in the packet. You can see how it looks. And then, they didn't clean it up, and they didn't really do much to the property. So then we, moved forward with sending them, setting the hearing, sending them official notice, posting it, mailing it to them, posting notice, and continuing with that process. You can see the notice is the Exhibit A that we sent to them. And then, violates multiple ordinances. violates the property code, or no, the property maintenance code. And so, you know, we think it would be a good idea to have the ability, I'm not sure the administration has fully decided exactly what the steps are gonna be to clean it up, but, just to have the ability to go ahead and declare it, you know, able to be cleaned up by the city.
And once we do that, what time frame do we have to do it? I saw people looking at the building and going in it the other day, so they must be aware of the notifications. Have they responded to us any or no?
There is, and it's being looked at again for purchase.
Okay, because somebody was there the other day looking through
So
it.
they have not responded to us.
Yes.
They haven't, okay.
What's the extent of the cleanup? Because it's probably a little different with this being an old gas station. What would be entailed? I mean, when we say cleanup.
That is a decision for you to make as council. So you can go in and just, if you want to do lawn maintenance, you can do that. If you want to declare it all the way up to tearing it down, you could. Whether or not we will ultimately make that decision, maybe not because of the environmental aspect of it.
Yes.
But, you know, we would have to do some of our own due diligence in there to make sure, but it definitely is a possibility. There's also some statutes now that allow for it to be boarded up, because I know at one time there was some vagrants going in and out of it. There's been some fencing problems to keeping people out of it. So
Yeah.
with this one, the maximum you would do would be tear down. The minimum would be clean up.
That's what I say. I seen boarded up, some loose metal hanging, stuff like that, get down for storms and stuff like that to secure it and make it safe for neighbors, but, that's the main thing I saw.
The SMPDD can assess that to a certain extent.
That's already been.
Can it be sold while it's under this blight condition?
Yes. Yes, it can. And there are some things that SMPDD can do, Falba, but that's already, what they have funding for has already been done on that property.
Would it have to be, because of the environmental, would it have to remain a gas station? Or could it,
It depends. There is some environmental stuff that, as long as it is a gas station, that it would be allowed to remain. But my understanding is there are some FEMA issues with this building, because it is underneath the base flood elevation. There's also, I think, some restrictions on the deed, some deed restrictions as to whether or not somebody else could open it up. They would have to be lifted by the current owner to allow for another gas station or convenience store to be there.
Probably anybody want an environmental study on their property before they bought it at this point, I would.
Yes, and I think there's been multiple done on that property. So what this will really do is more to be able to reach out to the current owners to tell them that the city has declared it blight, and to hopefully apply some more pressure on them to do it.
It's just, you know, like Heather said, it gives us an option to go in there and clean it up to the extent that we can get it safe, so that, you know, something works, doesn't, you know, somebody doesn't get hurt or anything, and hopefully put some pressure on somebody. And, you know, if it does get sold, it doesn't, you know, it's not gonna affect what we do here. You know, whoever ends up buying it will eventually pay for the cleanup. So.
Good, yeah.
And JD, you've got no response from the owners?
I haven't, that's the city.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gotten anything.
It's still listed though, right? About the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previous sale didn't go through, so.
Okay.
And I mean, I think that's the issue, is that even if someone comes and says, hey, I'm gonna buy it, you know, and that falls through, and that, so I think it's just the best step to kind of move towards at least having the option to clean it up. And if that doesn't, you know, if that doesn't convince someone to clean it up, then go ahead and do it.
And this gives us up to 1 year to enter the property to do it? Okay, good. All right.
so this, are we voting to send the letter? Or
No,
has the
you're
letter already
voting, this
been
is a
sent?
public hearing. You've already set the hearing to decide whether or not this building is a public nuisance. And the way that we got here is we have received over the years multiple calls on this building The police department has been called to the building to reports of vagrants going in and out. Surrounding businesses have called about it. Believe those apartments have complained about it in the past. So it's been just an ongoing issue and eyesore that has definitely created a nuisance.
But the
within
owners
city.
have been made aware of all these
Yes.
issues
Well, of course.
over
So
the
they've been
years.
contacted a few times, and you have to do follow statute and do notice and do all that so that they're aware. And we still have to wait 10 days to do anything to the property. So even if they heard about it through this meeting tonight, you choose to declare it a nuisance, they could still reach out to the city and say, hey, I got people coming out to clean it up and do it. But this just gives you the option, the ability, I should say, to do it.
Yeah, they could appeal it, but so we always wait 10 days before we take any action to make sure that it's not going to be appealed.
Okay.
That'd be the main thing is secure it a little bit, fence it off, keep people from staying in it and stuff. So, yeah, okay. Any further questions or comments on that before we close the hearing?
We just need to make sure that if you pass the resolution that you have your exhibits. Oh, where'd they go? They went away.
We got Exhibit A. is the
Yes,
notice.
it's all of your public notices that was sent. Notice was posted on the property and also mailed to the tax office, the address that's on there. And there's also notices mailed to a couple different addresses that we were able to find or locate. I believe contact is made with the real estate agent who has the property listed. You have all of your supporting documentation from the building department, just showing, the different deficiencies and how this property is a nuisance.
Yeah, and like I say, I saw people looking at it. I think Mr. Lewis saw the same thing probably the other day. So they obviously saw the notice on the fence and everything too, and they went there to look at the property. So, okay. Okay. If that, no further comment, we'll close the public hearing at 5:52 p.m. Okay, what's the pleasure of the council? I'll make a motion to declare it a menace and blighted property.
Yeah, it would be the motion to pass the resolution authorizing the cleaning of property and making provision for collection and declaring it a nuisance, a public nuisance.
The partial numbers listed. Okay, that's my motion.
Davis will second.
Second by Ms. Davis. Any further discussion? All right, vote to motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Okay. Mayor's report. Mr. Mayor,
That's the only thing I've had is to ratify the appointment of Jimmy Osborne back on Planning and Zoning Commission.
okay, all right. Pleasure of the council on mayor's report. Motion to,
Yeah, so I thought, so he's jumping back in the saddle at P&Z, huh? Jimmy, I said Jimmy's jumping back in the P&Z saddle. I thought he did a
Well,
fine job.
work he got out for work, but he's getting ready. Can work, so he's able to come back to it.
I thought he did a fine job before, so I'd make a motion to ratify the appointment of Jimmy Osborne to Planning and Zoning Commission.
okay. Motion by Mr. Lewis. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
I get that with Ms. Moyne. Second. All right, any further discussion? Vote to motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 7-0. Thank you. All right, council business, motion to table the Raines application to November 4th, 2025 as per the applicant's request. That is the tree that the information was just given out to us on. Do I have a motion to table that?
Motion?
Motion, Mr. Smith. Do I have a second?
Bradford seconds.
Second, Bradford. Any further discussion? Only other discussion I'd like to give real quick is if any council members or anybody want to do some research on insurance requirements, I spoke to some insurance agents. Building a house around trees, having trees hanging over the roof line, different things is getting to really affect the rates and the possibility of even getting insurance. So I think that's something that really needs to be
That's right.
thought about, I know we told them maybe build a L-shaped tiles, build around it, but when I started asking the insurance agent questions, they said they almost get where they don't wanna insure them with a big tree like that hanging over the house, so that's something to, just do a little research before the November 4th meeting is all I ask for everybody. All right, vote to motion, please, I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
There is something in there, a letter from an insurance agent who's licensed in Louisiana.
Okay. Yes. All right, thank you. All right, I just want everybody to have time to research it and before it brought up at the next meeting. Vote to motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Thank you. All right, council business, new or old business, Ms. Nancy?
Balba and I were talking about, holding a workshop for, wayfinding. I know 100 Men Hall is interested in having blue notes from the depot to directing foot traffic to, 100 Men Hall.
Okay.
So, should we set that, just think about it and set it at another time, or go ahead and set a workshop date for that? And I know Nikki Moon is, with the arts, is wanting to do something going the other way to downtown.
You know, talking about something similar like the Duck
Old Town
Paws
working-
War or
working
something?
on- Or wanting to work on something as well.
This is for foot traffic. I know
I mean,
Briso and I talked about wayfinding signs for driving, but this
well,
would be
I think they
foot.
can work the same as those for driving, I don't think we need to pinpoint just one specific place. I think if we do it, we need to, send them to wherever they can, in walkability in those areas.
Just kinda like the,
I think it's
French
real
I think it's a good
important.
idea,
I think it's
but I
very
think we need to
important
look
for
at more than
100
just
Men
sending
Hall to
to the
have.
100 Man Hall thing.
yeah.
We need to send them other, throughout the whole downtown and connect it all with this and have that part of it.
It's similar
Yeah.
to how we have the Tiger Paw markings to Tiger Stadium, if y'all not
Yeah.
sure what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I do know those two entities were interested in it since they are close to the depot. I think it'd be unreasonable to say do something on the ground all the way to downtown, of course. But in conjunction with the signs and possibly the blue notes or whatever on the foot traffic, I think that's something that we can talk about and maybe bring together as far as with the workshop and what we plan on doing with the bottom of the depot as well. Like that can all be one meeting instead of us having 3 different workshops.
Does Bay St. Louis have an established walking tour through any organization? Is that
Not that I'm aware of.
I know Jenny Johnson had a walking tour previously, but she has ceased those operations.
Okay, so you want to set a workshop or set it in conjunction with another workshop for the,
And Nancy, doesn't Old Town Merchants, I think they have a map with everything identified with all the different businesses for the Old Town area.
Yeah.
I don't know what's all in it, but I've seen that map before.
So I think it'd be good to invite them whenever we decide to talk about all of the above.
And we've got something in place, so at McDonald Park, right, we've got the wooden signs that kind of show directions of different entities. Is that kind of what y'all are thinking? What we currently, I mean,
For the
similar?
signs.
Arrows
For
on
the-
the corners like,
yeah, we've got a couple of those around the city. I mean, is that, what you're talking about is different though from that concept?
yeah, I think the one to paint something on the
For
ground,
the,
like
for the
duck
100 Men
paws
Hall,
and-
to get from the depot area to 100 Men Hall, something for foot traffic on the ground.
Okay.
Along
It's-
with the signs and then possibly a way to, like on the corner of Main and Second, they have the big display where you can actually put like flyers and stuff in. So it's kind of a talk that I've had as well, a combination of both, but we really don't know what direction as far as the city would like to go in.
I would like to look at, I don't know if you've been to a Biloxi Shuckers game or something, they got a lot of signs on posts and different things. I think some of them's got codes you can scan with your phone that may bring up a map and different stuff like that. If we could look at that in conjunction with it also, because we know where it's at, but people, tourist stuff coming here from Old Town to Depot District could be just a few turns to get there, so.
And if you remember, one of the items for the to-do list in your comprehensive plan talked about wayfinding. And if you look around cities, think about Gulfport has some very nice wayfinding signs. Long Beach has been adding some recently as well. They're generally professionally done, they look good.
Yes.
Or they can look really bad. You know, so my first thought on this would be, you know, maybe let Old Town Merchants and do a committee and come back with a recommendation to the council. I don't know if y'all need to have a workshop environment like this to try to debate that kind of, do you put a music note or a tiger paw or whatever? Seems that would be done in a small group and then bring something back to the council.
I'm good with that.
But that is, wayfinding is definitely one of the items in your comprehensive plan to-do list.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm on the board of Old Town Merchants.
Okay.
Nikki Moon, that, but the rest of the
Come to the microphone, please, I'm sorry.
Come on
Ms.
up here.
D'Angelo, come up here, just so people at home can hear you.
So I'm on the board of Old Town Merchants, and
Okay.
there was a meeting today with Nikki Moon. They're kind of trying to plan a proposal to bring to the city council
Okay.
and to the mayor to direct traffic from the depot to Old Town to the depot, but outside of that, to the other members of Old Town Merchants. So I'm not sure when they're planning on bringing a proposal to the city, but I will tell them this came up at this meeting and that they need to do it soon.
All right, sounds good.
And with
That'd be
Nikki
great.
Moon on board, I'm
Yeah.
sure she has a
Oh,
Yeah.
solid.
She's got a thumb on it. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay.
And the only other thing I want to add to that, I mean, I'm for different areas, but do we start getting into a situation, Mayor, I agree with you, I mean, what do we highlight in terms of different merchants? I want to be cautious on how we, you know, delineate that or what we decide we want to highlight, so just want to have that in the discussion too. You know, I'm fine with pointing towards Old Town, but being cautious on, okay, we're spotlighting or trying to highlight certain businesses or
I think it would be just very generic, like
Right, okay.
I think
restaurants,
it's gotta be, when we did the one on the
antique,
highway,
you know.
let's see, right on the east side of Second Street, when you come up on the highway, there's one out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, about 6-8 foot wide.
Yeah.
And it's very, we wasn't allowed to mention particular businesses. You know, we can have bank on there, you can have food, this and that type thing, but we couldn't, specifically state
Sure.
this and that.
Okay, all right, good. Anything else, Ms. Nancy? Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, Michelle? Nothing? Mr. Lewis?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Mayor, I know it was mentioned, Brent did in this presentation with the Boo Parade. National Night Out's coming up, correct, on October 26th?
Yes.
Okay. How have we typically in the past supported that? Because I'm glad to hear Brent and the Boo Parade supports that. Is that something we've relied on donations primarily, or is it something we can support with?
A lot of stuff, they budget some stuff, to hand out, that type of thing. Food and different things like that, we get donated, so, plus
There's also
donations from them.
And there was I think a donation historically for the movie to be shown, because we gotta pay the rights for that. I think that's like 500. I know I talked to Falby.
Right, for
Falby's
National
organizing,
Night
of course.
Out
She might be
and-
the ideal one to respond.
Yeah, for National Night Out and also our Christmas in the Depot, we typically show a movie in which each movie we have to pay for the rights, the copyright rights, to show it publicly, even though we don't charge and benefit from it. And it usually runs between $500, just depending on the movie. It could go up to $800, but that's usually our biggest expense for National Night Out. And I hate, since we already got some donations already, to go to those same merchants or same individuals and asking for more donations if there's something that we can help out with.
Is it fully funded right now? Do y'all know?
I don't know, I'll get with Roy and see what he has.
Because don't we have something with budgeted for community engagement? Don't we have? Is that what they use?
We do, and Falby and I talked about that Friday. There was, put money under promotion and events. I think is the title of the account. I think it was $5,000.
Yeah, $5,000.
It's something we talked about Friday.
So we can
To pay for
opt to
that.
use that instead of going to extra donations?
Correct.
Okay.
Or if there's just a shortfall. It's a great event.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's well attended. Just want to make sure.
That would be an example of what can be paid from there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay, good.
Another thing, Mike, on the Sportsplex with the baseball cages. I know you guys redid one of the baseball cages, the hitting cages, batting cage.
Yes.
What's the plan for the other?
should be to get redone also,
Do you have a timeline on that?
but I will find out. That's the one closest to the girls softball field?
Yeah,
Up front?
yeah, because they're still, I mean, it's still frequented even though it's not baseball season, and it's the same issue concern, the way those poles are so close in.
I
and
think right now they got foul ball going on, so.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get a timeline on that, I mean, is that done, we do that internally, right? We don't contract, we do that with our staff?
I forgot who did the setting the post for us. Somebody, might have been, Parker's, might have set the post for us.
Okay. Do we have the net? Or do we have a new net yet?
I don't know if we got a new net or if that one there's just, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, if you can just find out, like I said, it's always a concern, just again, I think they did a great job on the first one, spreading out those legs, it's less of a hazard for people in it.
Yeah, I don't think we ordered a new net for it yet. I don't know if that one will fit back over it, going as wide as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'll find out from Brent.
And the last thing, I know this has come up before, and for some reason we're opposed to it, but the tennis court at Old City Hall, I know someone put down some pickleball lines. Is there a reason we're averted to putting pickleball lines down there so it can be duly used? Because that is an area where it's shaded.
Just to try to keep it as a tennis court. So, you know, we have a lot of people wanting to play tennis as well. Since we do have some pickleball courts, we try to keep them over there and allow that court there to be used for tennis.
Because I know it's well shaded there.
We
so I
also
know.
have pickleball courts in Bay High's parking lot.
Bay High.
That they do?
How'd that come about?
Knock on my house around 10 o'clock, you will see it, and it is not the Smith family.
They went and take them off underneath the lights out there. Set a little net up and
You'll see it
as
now.
long as it's not a ball game going on, they got full access to it.
So that's because you're trying to separate because there's
Just
only one
trying to-
tennis
yeah,
court.
yeah.
What about is there a way to update the lighting there? Because I know, of course, the park doesn't have any lights, and
Hey,
so
look, we just did make, the football field at Comanche, and they're getting over there to add more lights over there.
it's going to be in the park area too. Because I know that whole
The park area, yes.
the
yes,
purple part.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's not one light over there, and then it could probably use an upgrade in the light system. It's kind of hard to see at night
Yes.
with the current lights. Okay. All right, that's all I've got, Jeff.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Davis?
Only one, and I'll send in a report in the morning. We just had a request for some potholes on the street that runs directly by the soccer field, which is called Reserved.
Yeah.
So I'll just turn that in the morning.
Reserve.
Hopefully when we have them out there working, we can get that street paved as well.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of traffic on that one, especially on Saturdays during
Yeah.
soccer season.
Between that and Farmers Market.
Yes, all right. Mr. Bradford?
Yeah, I got a couple things. First thing being, I got a question as far as coastal waste. What falls under their scope of what they, or how much they pick up? Because they have a house on Vine Circle, kind of just, literally, they just emptied everything
yeah.
out.
Right, 2 doors down from you?
Yes.
Yeah, the
What-
whole house.
The whole house is out there.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know
that would fall under bulky waste, and each customer is allowed 10 cubic yards per month.
Right. Can we donate to
10.
our 10 yards?
Can I move
I
something on
thought
my
it was
house?
8. It's not 8?
It's supposed to be 10. Maybe it's
It
8.
might- well,
Pretty,
it
I
don't
think it's 10, but I know we can do 10 at the landfill, so I'm pretty sure it's 10, but I,
Have you
which
picked
10
any up?
Not that I've noticed.
I'll send you a phone number.
I can't remember when
Yeah,
did
I
it,
was
when
gonna-
did
I
it get
think
out there?
refrigerators have to be
It was-
taped and labeled.
Yeah,
that
refrigerators have to be, anything with Freon has to be labeled
Removed.
that the
And
the
I think
Freon's
and everything
removed.
else they should pick up, furniture, things
Usually
like
them
that.
things, the scrappers pick them up usually in a day if you got any traffic passing by.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw some
Wash
people
machines.
scrounging through some of
Yeah.
it, which
Yeah.
How long has it been
So-
out?
probably 4 days now, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's what it has. They
It
just,
went through.
they just,
Yeah.
I'm thinking they put that out.
So,
Yeah, I was gonna send a ticket in. I just
Yeah.
I
send
didn't know if that
address,
fell
make
under
sure
the
they get it.
scope.
No, it does. So if you think about it, send a ticket in, but they will probably be back around
Monday.
next, yeah.
Next
They'll
week.
start in Bay St. Louis next week.
Next week.
Yeah, so I guess I was dropping something off to my sister the other day and I saw that. I was like, oh my,
Yeah.
it's like a whole house of furniture.
Yeah, it was literally the whole house.
But it's like somebody took a baseball bat to the furniture. It's not.
And then the next couple
Mhm.
things are the workshops
Off
for Alice Mosley and then the chamber. I got dates sent back to Mike Riso for both of those. For Alice Mosley, they sent the dates of the 8th, 10th, and 13th of October. I know 8th and 10th are
Tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow and Cruising the Coast, so
Right.
they don't really work. If the 13th works, if not, they said just pick a date and send it to them. So, just wanted some input on, is everyone good with the 13th, or do we want to pick a date and just send it to them?
So it's next Monday.
What day, that's Monday?
I'd
Monday.
pick a date and send it, if
Yeah,
that
'cause
doesn't
that's-
work.
Hmm.
What do
We,
y'all-
if you want, we trying to do both on the same day?
No, so I have the chambers sent 21st or the 28th. So they kind of gave Tuesdays 3 weeks out.
Our meeting's on the 21st, I think.
Is on the 21st. Ours is on the 21st. Yeah, so we could.
14 from today, yeah, would be the 21st.
Yeah.
That's our meeting on the 21st.
So do y'all want to do?
I'm
Do y'all
good.
want to do the 13th and then do the 28th?
I'm good with those two.
Just to go ahead and get them started.
On the 13th, we have Republican Executive Committee meeting.
I have to skip out on it.
I'm good with 13th and 28th
13th.
myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
13th and 28th. Are we good on that?
I'm good with that, yes. Can we set those two up for public notice workshops, please, Mr.
What time?
Burke?
What time?
No, so you want to do
Regular,
5:30?
5:30?
Stay at 5:30.
If you change it up, I'll forget.
Yeah.
13th for Alice Mosley, 5:30, and the 28th for the chamber. Least discussions.
Yep.
Josh, just for y'all information, we did receive a notice that obviously Alice Mackenzie was no longer working with Alice Mosley, and our primary contact is Lonnie Falgood now.
Okay. Alright. Okey-doke. So, anything else, Mr. Bradford?
That's all.
Alright, Mr. Smith?
Could we make
I'm sorry.
a motion to set those hearings, if you don't
Okay.
mind?
Okay. You want separate motions or one motion?
Workshop, sorry. You can do them, same motion.
Okay. Alright, so,
I'll make a motion to set the Alice Mosley Museum motion on October 13th at 5:30, and the Hancock County Chamber workshop October 28th at 5:30.
do I have a second?
Davis, a second.
Alright, motion Bradford, second Davis. Any further discussion? Vote to motion, please.
Aye.
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 Motion passed, aye. Motion passed 7-0. Thank y'all. Okay. What did you say, Mr. Smith? I'm sorry.
Yes, Mike, where are we with Ballard Court?
Clean up?
It was set for a hearing. You guys set a public hearing
I think
at
The
the
next
last meeting,
it was for like the first meeting in
November, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
November.
So your notices have been, or are being mailed out to set. JD, you remember what Ballard Court? That's the, Frigos.
October?
Is it October or November? It's October, November, whatever, whichever one it is. You guys have already set the hearing. And so the notices have gone, I know it was put on the property. It will tell you all that it was put on the property and
Yes.
immediately removed from the property, but they were placed and documented. And then they have been mailed out to the contacts that were on the tax office.
They do have the pictures of it being posted and everything as well, even though it was removed.
Okay.
So basically, we're in a holding point, Larry. There's nothing that we can do on that property until we have a public hearing.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
That's it? Okay. I don't have anything. City clerk's report, project updates. I don't see Ms. Kenichi here, no updates tonight. City clerk's report is, motion to approve docket of the claims 25-050 dated October 7th, 2025 in the amount of $418,403.10. Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Motion Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Second Moynihan. Any discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Motion to approve.
This is the one
I
for
think you,
Falba.
Yeah.
We'll
I
have to
just
recuse herself.
thought about that. Let the record reflect,
$55.
Ms. Holmes has recused herself and stepped out of the room. Motion to approve docket of the claims 25052, special dated October 17, 25, in the amount of $55. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion Smith. Do I have a second?
Bradford seconds.
Second Bradford. Any further discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 6-0. Ms. Falba's out the room. She's re-entering. All right. Number 10 is motion to approve docket of the claims 25053, special date October 7, 2025, in the amount of $112,649.92. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion Smith. Do I have a second?
Davis, second.
Second Davis. Any discussion? Vote to motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Russo?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
That's it? All right. Consent agenda numbers 11 through 36 with changes to 35 to 36. Changing the time to 5 p.m. instead of 5:30 for the start time. And what was the other one, number 16? Number 14, changed the amount from $600 to $1,000 for the donation. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion Smith. Do I have a second?
Moynihan seconds.
Second, Ms. Moyne. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just had discussion on a few of these.
Okay.
Just for better understanding and clarity on the 13 through 18, these are the donations for the Christmas tree. Can I better understand what the committee is? So the way it was explained, there's individuals within City Hall, and then there are, Linda, I think you said you're on that committee as well. Larry, were you on that, or are you also on that, or?
What
did I miss-
committee?
Okay, so it's just, so I just wanna make sure on how we kinda solicit those donations with that committee. I just wanted to kinda better understand that. I mean, is that,
How they ask or how they solicit them?
yeah,
They just send letters out to different ones, and asking for anything they can, do.
and that's by means of the committee?
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure with having somebody on the council involved that we're not soliciting those funds, so just, cause as far as I know with committees, we all have to approve certain committees, especially the council persons on that.
Well, they're not getting,
No.
So I just wanna make sure there's no
No, you have
ambiguity
to, you have to approve if the the council could select a committee if you wanted to create a committee to review recreation in Bay St. Louis. I mean, you can do that, but no, that's not even a formal committee. I think there's a few
Just volunteer.
do-gooders and volunteers that get together to try to make Christmas in Bay St. Louis a little bit better. A lot of the same people do the same with the Easter egg hunt.
Right.
Okay.
Probably Night Out, if I had to guess, and all the other events that the city does.
Gotcha. Okay, appreciate that clarification. Mike, number 25, the motion for the authorization to conduct a reverse auction for the procurement of street sweeper. What's the details on that?
Our sweeper is in the process of being rebuilt again. We wanna go ahead and do a reverse auction. We have a budget and everything, and go out for a reverse auction for this type of sweeper. It's a true sweeper, a little different than what we have now. And then we would take, and when we get this one back, hopefully, we don't even use it. We just put it out there while it's still rebuilt and see what we can get fit as well.
That thing's not down, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, probably about 7 years maybe, but it's really been a piece of junk, in and out of the shop for a while.
Okay.
It's not, I don't know how we ended up with this one, but that's a long story for another day, but
Yeah.
So we only have one?
yes.
You don't want a vacuum truck?
And this'll be a lot more compact. It's a true sweeper to where it'll have two of the whirly birds coming into a channel, and there's another one out front to sweep it as well. And not relying as much on the air blowing it up and
Does
everything.
it
you
spray
know.
water?
It does.
Yeah.
It does that as well. We can still, clean out drains and all with it. It's got the big holes that go down in there and all. It's just more of a compact of a true sweeper.
I guess you can run the air freshener in a water tank or something too, or something if you need it to. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When we get that, do we plan on looking at, like we discussed before, parking, no overnight, maybe certain hours, so we ain't go.
Yeah,
through that
we're
week?
close on that to come up with the striping and everything downtown with the crosswalks, and also to where at least from railroad tracks to the Motlers and no overnight parking down Main Street. That way, and then we'll also create unloading zones in there for all the businesses early in the morning, where they can get their stuff, not parking them, have to, park in the street and all.
Yeah.
So we'll have all that marked off, just trying to find a way how we can mark it so we don't have to put a sign by each parking spot, to declare, hey, no parking, say from whatever time, 5 to 8 in the morning, 4 to 10 in the morning or whatever. Then that's gonna allow us to get the trucks off the streets when it's, especially during school, trying to get through there in school. But it's also gonna allow us to go through in the morning, clean up a lot, be able to sweep the streets down in that area. And if we need to go further back to Carroll Avenue or Alderman all the way down through there, we can do that as well.
Okay.
But the intent is to catch downtown Court Street area. We just gotta be careful, like the bank does open, but we'll limit that parking to maybe 30-minute parking outside, in front of the bank, so they'll still have parking there. And then, our parking lot over in between the other side of Cousins there, that'll be ours, they'll be off, no parking in there for this, so we can get it cleaned up. And just try to do a little more cleanup down there and everything. Plus, it'll stop from a lot of the overnight parking on the streets, and make them go park in their parking lots.
Okay, yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's huge too.
Thank
I
you.
noticed this during cruising the coast going on right now. I don't know if y'all noticed, but they got some of those cars been parked there for
Oh, yeah.
a week now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's taking up parking spots for.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I noticed in front of the depot, there are signs limiting the amount of minutes that people can park. Is that the city doing that, or is that in?
We
private
did, we
individual?
put a couple signs by the businesses out there, but, we have some of that, a lot of takeout there, and just some businesses, so we put, is it 15-minute parking in there,
Yes.
and then when they're not open, they supposed to turn them around, and I think we have 2 signs back there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know Mr. Lagarde asked about that
Lagarde's,
one
yeah.
time, yes,
Yeah.
because he don't really have something to sit down and service at,
Yeah,
but
it's
he's
just
got people
where they
coming
can,
in and out. they
run
couldn't
in,
get
get what they want,
Yeah.
at the meat market there, the dog place down there, or Uncle Joe's as well, with their takeout.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just an
I was just wondering.
opportunity for them to.
I almost
to
think
go-
we'll do the same thing down one Blind Tiger and other businesses too, that they can, a lot of people do DoorDash and different things, and there's really no way for some people to park and pull up or,
Yeah.
or anything else, so,
One of the
it could be-
things I also talked about is, not sure how it would be done, is limiting parking downtown to 2 hours or 3 hours during certain hours, and then, later on, then it would be just after, I think it's after 5 o'clock been discussed, something like that, then it would go into, as long as you want, but up until 5, it'd be a couple hour parking.
Maybe the unloading zones you create, and when they're not
Loading
unloading
zone
in
will
time, you
create,
can turn
yeah.
it to the
And we'll
20-minute
have it to
parking
where,
or
hey,
something.
you wanna unload, be here before 10 o'clock or whatever time it is we set, and then that would keep them off the road and allow traffic to go through, and it'll be, be open for them all morning to take care of that.
We've got the ability to enforce that with,
Yeah.
with the current staffing we have now.
Yeah,
So that would,
the 2 hour parking,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's the-
No, that's the hold up on the and I say 2 hours, but that's the hold up on that to say, we're gonna enforce 2 hour parking. We're not quite set up for that yet, but it's something that we need to think about, and gets people in and out in daytimes, and again, it stops overnight parking and someone just parking there all day and taking up space.
It'll push some of them to use the parking garage that's usually empty when the other ones are full.
Right.
So it'll
But-
push traffic that way.
Bringing up the loading zone situation, in front of the depot area, we got a complaint, an email from someone who was handicapped, that they weren't able to get into the handicapped parking space because they were unloading
In front of,
in front of the depot.
In front of the businesses over there.
The business,
Uh-huh.
here's what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Something to look at.
You don't know where it was at, huh?
Yes, sir.
In front of
Lagarde's.
in that handicap spot.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so. All right.
He don't have handicap parking now, I think.
I think
Yes, sir, there
across
is.
the street.
There's a handicap parking
Yeah.
right on the
Right
corner.
on the end.
On his?
Right, yeah. If you look at his place, it's like two
Thought it was the next one.
or
Okay.
three over on
It
the
don't
left-hand
matter,
side.
yeah, it don't matter.
So do they still have access to the back of those buildings? Because I know like when
Well,
Benigno's
that's
was
the problem
there,
there. That's a bigger problem when they go back there and block the street there and traffic can't get through.
but they can't pull in is what it's
On
not a
Kelly.
drive or a
There's
park?
not a
Put a
drive.
fence up back there and everything, and,
When they did the beer
I
garden.
need to get them.
you know,
out
we
of
got
the
another
zone.
problem back there with people parking in the road all night with garbage cans and this and that back there and, you know, blocking traffic there. That's
That
an ongoing fight
apartment
there.
in the back,
Yeah.
they always park on the street, and we have signs out there that's clearly marked no parking, because I've
And they
written
wrote
some
quite a few
tickets out
tickets
there.
and
So, but they just
one
keep.
day they'll end up in court or something and, or in jail.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
All right.
City's fault.
All right. Any other discussion on the consent agenda?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
One more. The Disaster Leadership Conference number 24, what's the details on that? I know, Larry, you'll be representing the council, I'm assuming, on that.
Yes, sir.
Administration, y'all going? Mike Russo, Mike Favre, or
Yes, we talking about that now.
is that an annual
Yes.
conference they've got?
Yeah, it moves around different places, everything.
Right.
It's like tri-state or something.
Okay,
Popped up through MML,
gotcha. Okay.
Alabama, Louisiana.
Look forward to hearing the results on that. So,
That's one, I mean, you know, if anybody else expressed interest in attending, that would be optimal time for y'all to go to whoever wants to go. Just have to approve council.
all right.
Good, okay. All right, any more discussion? All right, we'll vote the motion on consent agenda. Ms. Moylan?
Aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 7-0. Thank you. Let's see here. Attorney's report,
Kicking it over to JD tonight.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is, I'll explain it too, is the motion to approve the resolution setting the hearing for December 2nd at 5:30 to determine whether or not there's a need for a minimum wake zone in residential canals and bayous or garden aisles. That's, a bunch of people back there signed a petition a while back that I gave, might have been, I think, right when we got elected, maybe previous council.
It was before that, yeah, we
Oh,
started
yeah,
working on
yeah.
this in the beginning of the summer.
I thought so, so maybe get a copy, but a bunch of people signed a petition. Not the main river, not the main waterways, just the cuts and all, they're looking to slow it down. And part of the process with DMR is for us to have a public hearing and then send it to DMR, and they have another public hearing, correct?
Yes, they'll have,
So,
their, board will meet and they'll decide whether they, wanna enforce it or not. And, but, so like, what this is doing is just, like you said, just setting our public hearing. And then DMR will do their own and, they'll decide, they could obviously decide not to do it, but hopefully the thought is that if we do this public hearing and we follow all their steps, that they'll approve it and they'll enforce, the minimum wake zone.
all right, yeah, good, thank you. Is there any other discussion on that? If not, I make the motion to, for number 37, motion to approve the resolution setting the hearing for December 2nd at 5:30 p.m. Determine whether or not there's the need for the minimum wake zone in residential canals and bayous or garden aisles. Do I have a second?
Second?
Second, Mr. Smith. Any discussion? Vote the motion, please.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 7-0, thank you. 38, legislative update regarding Mississippi Safe Solution Act. You have something on that, Mr. Smith?
JD's on a good roll, so I'm just gonna let
Go
him
ahead.
keep going.
So, the state decided to pass a Safe Solicitation Act, which essentially just makes it illegal to solicit money on any highway, street, or road, or anything of value on any street or road or highway.
So like the can shakes and stuff like that?
Yes, exactly. And I mean, it covers a bunch of different things, but I say illegal. You have to get a permit to do it. So really, I see there's three options. Either you can opt out of the opt out of the law, like we can just opt out and it doesn't become illegal in Bay St. Louis to solicit money, which I think Heather and I both think is the correct thing to do. Or you can create a permitting system where you can charge between $0 and $25, and everybody who wants to, you know, ask for money on the side of the road, whether that be, you know, a church group or, you know, the Girl Scouts, they would have to get a permit, and the city would have to create a permitting system and have to decide how much it's going to cost and all that. But I think kind of our thought was that if this does become a problem, we can always opt back in, but just, you know, unless y'all, obviously it's up to y'all, unless y'all see some kind of problem with that right now, that, you know, we just don't think it's necessary to have to create a permitting system, create more work for the administration and them deal with that unless, you know, someone's having issues with it.
I know at MML there was a class about this.
Yeah.
So one of the things, I guess one of the purposes for it were really to vet the groups that are out there to make sure that they're
Right, that
legit.
They're legit, yeah.
So
Legit.
I don't know if that's like I said, I don't know if that's a problem. Basically,
That exact thing is one of the issues that I have, is just, I know there's some overall constitutional concerns. It's not something that I think we have a huge problem with right now in Bay St. Louis. So I don't know what, if any, it wouldn't surprise me if you saw some statewide litigation on this from a First Amendment type group. And I mean, at this point, if we had a huge problem that we were trying to address, but I don't see it as an issue. If you guys do, then, you know, by all means, we can draft an ordinance. But it's out there. We can opt back in if we ever need to. We can draft an ordinance if we ever need to. We just have to take action by, I think it's the end of the year, right?
Yeah,
JD,
we
isn't
have
that
until December 31st, but
Yeah.
if we want to opt out, we just have to do it by then. If not, it will become technically law that you can't solicit, I guess, if no one enforced it.
And that means groups, individuals, anything, I mean. 'cause I know-
Yes, they would just have, I say illegal, I keep saying illegal, they would just have to get a permit from the city that says, hey, you can solicit and it lasts one day. It says, hey, you can solicit on the, you know, corner of, you know, Main and whatever, and you can do that, and you can solicit there, and you can go ask for money, and you still can't, like, run out into traffic and impede traffic, but all it's really doing is creating a permitting system. Like Heather said, like,
I think it, I guess, I don't know. I guess it would give ability to have people leave by the interstate in 603 doing it, well, you can't have a no lothering law, but put this in place and they have permission to say you don't have your permit, you might need to leave this corner asking for money, because there's a lot of that when you get off I-10 and 603.
That's right.
Yes.
Right there.
So,
that's
but I
where-
guess
that's
where
where
the
it could be.
constitutional thing might come in. And this
And
happened in
then,
St. Tammany Parish with someone years ago.
Yes.
They got sued. They put this law into effect, I believe, to have a way to circumvent the no lothering was kind of
Yeah.
their thing, was a permit process, so.
Correct. And that's what, and you know, and then the question comes in is, how much is the permit? Do you charge for the permit? Can anybody go get a permit? Do you charge $5 for the permit? Do you charge $25?
Where they give it to.
Well, it's not to exceed 25, right? That's the only stipulation.
yes, so I mean, zero, you could make it $0,
Yeah, you can make it
free.
zero.
The issue becomes like, if La Tech Fans of America comes to you and you accept their permit, and then Ole Miss Fans of America comes to you and you deny theirs, well then,
Well, yeah.
they said,
Right
and
thing to do.
they
What's
say,
wrong with that?
yeah, you know, that's where you get into your issues. And that's what-
Lawsuit number one.
yeah, the lawsuit number one, and it's just almost like, so if, you know, there is a problem, you do see a problem with it, we could probably create something, but it does, you know, the administration would have to create some kind of permitting system and when they're gonna approve it, when not. So,
Can you, can you
It's-
create
It seems like
zones?
years ago, like 5 to 10 years ago, there was always somebody at Nicholson and 90 and Main at 90. But it seems like since our traffic's increased, especially like
hardly,
younger groups, you don't
get
see
all
them
This,
anymore.
nobody wants their kids out there boot shaking anymore, and they're
That's
gonna
what
get
I'm saying.
ran over,
The
texting and
The fire
driving.
department even did them.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
And,
I
yeah, I
forgot
think
what it
that's
was, but
one of
They
the
do
main
that,
reasons
like a
it
boot
happened
shake.
is you have people running out on the road and doing that. And I, like when I was living in Jackson, that was an issue. There'd be random groups, and they'd run out on the road, and so either stop traffic or someone would hit them. So I think that was kind of probably one of the main drivers behind the law, was to be able to prevent that.
Does this JD include some of the loitering, soliciting, panhandling? I mean,
Yes.
obviously, but is there a mechanism of, okay, you got a panhandler, you're gonna get a permit, what's the next step of enforcement on? I know we're fortunate not to have that issue for the most part, like some other municipalities and coast do, but how
So,
does that
I
give us
mean,
some-
if, let's say, someone, a panhandler, would just want to get a permit, they could go and probably get a permit, and it'd be very hard to say, hey, you can't, create a system where they, aren't allowed to get a permit. But the advantage of that would be it only lasts one day, and it's, I think there's either certain times, or we could create, okay, if we did it for just a general, we created this permitting system, we could say, if you are going to solicit, you can only solicit between, 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. to create, someone from sitting out there all day and going out there day after day after day. So you could create a system. It's just, the concern is that you do eventually maybe run into problems with if someone does get denied. And we don't have to decide on this today. It's something y'all could think about, ask people in the town, say, hey, do you see, a lot of people soliciting that we don't want in our community? Is this like a negative impact? And so we could decide before the end of the year that we want to opt in or opt out.
I personally like to think about it a little more, just like 6.
Yeah, so we're not even asking y'all to do anything today. We just want to give y'all that that's an option, and that this is going to become law if we don't.
If you don't do something about it.
So the option is to opt out. And if anybody wants a copy, I can send you, a copy of the law. You can read into it. But it's the straightforward points is that you can't ask for money on any road, highway, interstate, or anything of value. But money is what it is. No one can. Even Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all that couldn't solicit without a permit.
Mike, do we get a lot of calls or any issues with, say, kind of the panhandling aspect of it?
603 I-10 every once in a while, not a lot.
We get a lot
As far
on
as
private
calls,
property.
we don't really see it anywhere else.
Yeah, the ones I've seen policing is private property, and usually we're able to get the owners or the business owners will contact us to trespass them.
But if they're on public property, is there not a mechanism to shoo them away to,
Currently,
legally?
And that's what I've been told before. That's why I said this might be a mechanism possibly to say, you don't have your permit,
I can tell y'all that most of the cities that I have talked to are opting out. And we can also call around and see what different cities are doing. But so far, I think almost everybody I've talked to is opting out of this, just because of the unknowns.
Zones? Like, the close to the interstate could be the zone where permitting is required, and leave the rest of the city.
Are given for that. It's not allowed anyway.
It's not allowed.
No permits, no nothing. I mean, besides up there, I haven't seen one. I can't tell you how many years.
Yeah.
It's been forever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that it's a
I don't
problem.
want to shut down some kid's lemonade stand, though.
Yeah, or the,
I mean,
Friends of the animal shelter, having a bake sale.
I know what you're saying there. The Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts,
Yeah.
I see a lot of
There's one on Bourgeois.
Most them in front of stores.
How about say I see them at Lowe's the other day and stuff.
Yeah.
Majority of
But I mean, really, I think that out in the middle of the road is a thing as a pass for the most part.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's an important thing to mention is like that you can still, go in front of Frugals and, they could, the Santa Claus can ask for money right there because that, it's not public property. It's not a street or a road or interstate.
So Salvation Army can still ring the bell.
Yes, and do that. So. Yep. So, I mean, just I guess think about it. If talk, a little bit about it. Talk to people, see if they have an issue with it, and just let it head there. Not,
we can on the next agenda, maybe.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, moving on to the next agenda.
So, he said Santa ringing the bell. It made me think. Right now at the Hancock Resource Center, if you know anybody, children that are not lucky enough that parents will be able to play Santa, we're doing Angel Tree registration throughout the month of October. Just have them call up there, and we'll put them on the schedule, and they can be adopted out.
Okay. All right. thank you. Turn it to the floor. Alright. No executive session needed? Anything else? Anybody have any other business? Motion to adjourn?
Motion?
Motion Smith, do I have a second?
Bradford seconds.
Bradford second. Vote to motion?
Aye.
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 Aye, 7-0. Thank y'all.
Nope.
Two P's. Oh, bad.